Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Ball Knowledge Unscripted. I'm your boy Kareem. That's my man Jason. And we here to talk all ball all the time. What's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot. What's happening with you?
Hey, man. Hey, another week gone, another week here.
Yes, sir.
That's all I can do.
Yes, sir.
You know, so, hey, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was, you know how it is. It was the ups and downs of college football for me. We won't get too involved in a Michigan Northwestern conversation because there's not much to discuss, but a dub is a
struggle
dub.
Struggle win, but a dub is a dub.
So, I will say it was cool to see a football game at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool to see. Thank goodness my boys pulled it out because I don't want to be the team that got beat by Northwestern at Wrigley Field.
At Wrigley Field, there you go.
And it was
there
close.
You go. Hey, look here. It happens, man. Like you always say, every team has that one game a year. Hey, you know, y'all just went ahead and got y'all's out the way. But even with that, you got a dub. So
they've had a couple of those.
So a win is a win.
Yeah, hopefully. I just hope they don't lose by 50 the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That's all I hope.
We'll focus on that when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll focus on that when we get there, man. Yes, that's it. But you know, I got something to ask you, man. Is Steph Curry a top 5 player all time?
You know, that's interesting, and I think the quick answer is no.
Okay.
But I think when you really start thinking about it and looking into this, I think it's more than stats.
Yeah, I agree.
He has stats. But all those things that everybody, you know, the age-old LeBron Jordan conversation, and I am certainly not saying that Steph Curry is Jordan or LeBron for that matter. But all those things that people talk about, number of championships and this and that, and it's like...
He's right there.
Well, he's either there or he's second. You know what I mean? So I think it's like, for whatever reason, and I'm trying to think of the guy, he is like... I'm trying to think of like... I want to say he's like the Karl Malone of this era that actually won a few chips.
Okay.
Right? Like... Everybody thinks of the 90s, the late 80s and the 90s, right? They think of the same 6-8 people, right? Like in the 80s, yeah, you're going to think of Magic and Bird and those guys, right? That whole, the late, you know, Isaiah in the late 80s, early 90s. And then you think of the 90s and you're the one that comes to mind is like that 92 Dream Team to me is that's why it was such a great collection of talent, because it was like the 80s and 90s getting mashed up before the 80s guys were too old, even though Bird was struggled, but he was there. And I feel like Curry is, in a way, is like that guy. He's not going to be forgotten. He'll always be the guy that's like, man, it's too bad he played in the LeBron era. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
And it's like, I mean, you can, for all intents and purposes, you can say that Golden State team was as much of a dynasty for their run, right? I mean,
can you call this the LeBron era if Curry has just as many chips as him?
And well, that's my point. I don't think that, but I think the masses will call this, right? This is, you know, there was Jordan's era, Kobe's era, and LeBron's era.
Okay.
Is how I think the masses will look at it.
Okay.
The people that really know ball, right, I think are going to be like, like, and I mean, there are things that LeBron did that are hard to argue, right? Going to whatever it was, 10 finals.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard to argue, right? You still got to get there. That's tough. You know, you can argue he played on some super teams. Yeah, he did, but you know, like my biggest argument was like, yeah, I mean, he did what he said he was going to do. He went back to Cleveland. He brought Cleveland a chip. And had Golden State had a full team and half their guys weren't injured, like that team was gutted.
Yeah.
In that finals.
Yeah, they wouldn't have came back from 3-1.
No. So,
and Draymond was suspended.
Yeah.
So
it's like
there's a lot of variables in there.
Yeah, like and that's my only thing with like LeBron's chips is like the Cleveland one, and I'm not saying it's not real because you play who you play. Like Cleveland couldn't help that that's who it was, but like how many of LeBron's championships are you just like, hey, they were the best, right? It's either Golden State was gutted, the bubble,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the Miami ones, but even then people are like, they were a super team. You know what I mean? Which I don't really buy the super team thing because that Golden State team with Curry and Durant, and I mean that's as much of a super team as Miami was.
Absolutely.
But like, are there any excuses for any of the Jordan championships? Are there any excuses for any of the Curry championships?
No.
So it's like, I don't know. Like I've always kind of thought that about Curry. Like, man, I just feel like he's one of those guys that when we look back, he's going to have to retire and then get in the Hall of Fame, and then people will be, because I think that about Kobe in a way. Like when Kobe first walked away, he wasn't, and part of it is, the untimely death and he died too young, and but I think that plays a part in it. Kobe passing when he did. But the fact of the matter is Kobe was not on the pedestal that he is now right when he got done playing.
I can understand that.
You know what I mean? Like it took some time.
Yeah, I would say, in the league, amongst the players he was, because that was a lot of the younger players, like that was their GOAT because they watched him growing up. But like in the public eye, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like Kobe aged like fine wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like his aura aged
you actually,
like
when you step back and actually looked at his career, it was like, oh dang, he did that,
Well, yeah, it's I think and really like that he's had a couple documentaries come out, like the Muse one, and like I think until those came out and people could see, like, because I think up until that it was like, yeah, it's Kobe, he's a ball hog and he's kind of a dick. But then it's like you watch those shows and it was kind of like watching the Bulls thing, and it's like, well, was he a dick or was he trying to get max effort out of everybody around him, including himself?
Yeah.
And absolutely. The fact that his whole thing, I just heard it the other day, his whole thing about being perfect. Did you ever hear that? Where he was like, like, perfect, I'll never get to perfect. But I will continue to do what I can do to shorten that gap between me and perfect. And like, that gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, because it's like, those are the guys. And for the same reason, and this is going to sound like I'm being a LeBron hater, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but Jordan, even like, let me go back further. Jordan, Bird, they were killers. Isaiah and those Pistons, they were killers. They would step over you if you were bleeding, if they had to win. Jordan, killer. Kobe, killer. Is LeBron a killer? I don't get that vibe. I get more of a killer vibe from Steph Curry and Kevin Durant than I get from LeBron. I think LeBron is uber talented.
Yeah.
And he will go down with the greatest career. Nobody will have more, all the records and the longevity, and he's got chips and he's got it all. He will have the most distinguished career. But I would agree. I don't know that he's the best player from his era.
Yeah. So I asked that question. This is why I feel we make a great tandem. Because you said if Curry's not 2, he's right there, right? So being in San Antonio, we know Golden State just played San Antonio back-to-back games.
Mm-hmm.
And in both of those games, Curry dropped 40 plus, 46 the second game, and I think 43 the first game. With those 2 40-point games, he tied MJ for the most 40-point games after the age of 30.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when I sit back and I look at Steph Curry, he's already the greatest shooter ever. There's no debate. There's no argument. And if you think anything different, go shoot yourself. Okay, don't shoot yourself.
Right.
I don't know if I can say that on the pod.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
But yeah.
Okay. But yeah, okay. He's already the greatest shooter of all time, right? And he has a skill that won't diminish. Like, his cardio is next to none. And he can shoot with the best of them. He's not, he'll never lose, his jumping ability, or he's never been a great defensive player. Nobody's ever accused him of being a defensive player of the year candidate. But he can come off any screen and let that thing fly. And he's the type of player, when it leaves his hands, you think it's going in. Whether he's going 0 for 17 in the first half, or he's going 17 for 17 in the second half, you're going to think it's going in when it leaves his hands. So I put Curry in the top 5. All right. I don't, and I say that with the understanding of how I look at GOATs. When I look at GOATs, what was your impact? That's my biggest criteria of GOATs.
Yeah.
Now you throw rings and you throw all that stuff in there. What was your impact on the game? Right. And there's only a handful of people that can say they impacted the game more than Steph Curry. Right.
Yeah.
I grew up, we played basketball on the basketball courts. I grew up in West Philadelphia. Right. We played basketball outside. Left West Philadelphia, went to Fayetteville, North Carolina. We played basketball outside basketball courts, right? You were either yelling Jordan, you were yelling Kobe, and now when I see my sons at basketball court, everybody is yelling Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I never went through an era, I never went to any basketball court and heard anybody say, Bron.
Yeah.
Not ever.
No.
Not ever. And if you've ever been to a basketball court and heard someone yell LeBron when they took a shot, went up for a dunk, please leave it in the comments, because you will be the first person that I've ever heard say that, because I've never heard anyone else ever say it. Right? So he's top 5, not only what he's done on the court, but the impact that he's had off the court. And that's what makes him a top 5 player to me.
Yeah, I think, and I think too, there's always been great 3-point shooters, right? But they never shot it, even the great ones, the ones that are considered the great ones before him.
Reggie Miller, Chris Mullins.
Yeah.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen is the one I was thinking of. They never shot it at the frequency he did. And it's like a lot of people, like in baseball or in baseball, a home run is a play that gets people on their feet, right? In football, it's a Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball, you are hard pressed to find, like when we watch March Madness, I watch a lot of college basketball when the tournament's on. Every year, getting towards the end of the bracket, they'll always do like a rundown of the biggest plays.
Yep.
And the biggest plays are normally one of two things. They're either a big steal that ends up in a fast break, or it's a big 3.
Yep.
And you see, and like being a Michigan fan, under Juwan Howard, which I think too, it was a detriment because I don't think they necessarily had very many good shooters, but they shot a ton of threes. And you can say the 3-point line's been around obviously since whenever, but it's never been utilized like it is since Curry's been. It's like Curry made it okay to shoot 17 threes.
Yeah.
Right? Where before your best 3-point shooters was like, Ray Allen goes 5 of 8 from 3, and that was a bunch.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's like, Curry was 12 of 16.
Yeah.
Like it's big numbers, right?
And not just guards.
No.
You got fours and centers out there.
Wimby's firing up threes, bro. Like, speaking of the highlight of Curry giving Wimby the stare down, let me back that up, the stare up, because he hit that 3 way over top of him.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's staring him.
Yeah.
But he's staring him up.
But what was beautiful about that happened in France too, in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So Wemby got the taste of it in Olympic international play and in league play, bro.
Yeah. But I totally
I would
think,
try to get that guy on my team, man. I wouldn't want
yeah,
to play that guy no more.
I totally think that Steph Curry, he is one of those guys. I don't think he will be fully appreciated until after he's done playing. I think
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think right
But
now what he's appreciated is just being the greatest shooter of all time. I think when it's all said and done, it's gonna look back and be like, bro, was that really the LeBron era? Because if you match it up, right, Curry, or you say he had his stack team, his dream team, he won 2 chips with KD. They would have had 3 chips if KD didn't get injured against Toronto, right? Braun got his 2 chips in Miami with his stack team. Then you look at the other two. He won one in the bubble and he won one with Cleveland. Well, Curry won one before KD and he won one after KD. So, ah,
well,
I'm
and
not comfortable saying this is the LeBron era because I mean Curry actually still his championship window isn't closed.
oh no, I mean he's still, he's 37, but I mean you're talking about a guy who has 2 times before, I believe, averaged 30. Yeah, he's averaged 30 in whatever that was, 15, 16. He averaged 32 in 2021. He averaged 29.4 in 22, 23. He's averaging currently 27 and a half.
Yeah,
Like, and
I
let's
mean,
not forget, dude, the guy is one of the greatest free throw shooters.
and let's not forget he's the second unanimous MVP.
Yeah,
Yes, I know he's the first technically, but Jordan should have been the first unanimous
yeah.
MVP. But that one writer, what I mean, that guy, we won't even mention his name. We won't give him any credit. But technically, he's the first. But actually, uh, he should be the second unanimous MVP.
And he's
I mean,
finished, I mean, aside from the 2 that he won, he's finished in the top 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 other times, you know. And this is all with he's had what, 1 or 2 years where he's had some injuries. The one year, 1920, looks like he missed most of the season that year. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said before, he's one of those guys that nobody ever. It's always the LeBron, Jordan, and I'll be honest with you. I thought this the other day. I would be curious to hear your thoughts on this. I think LeBron is doing more harm to his
the longer he
legacy
stays,
than good.
the longer he stays.
I think between
Yeah,
last year and this
yeah,
year, I think we're going to look back and say, man, LeBron hung on about 2 seasons too
yeah,
long.
yep,
And I get the
yep.
whole he wanted to play with his kid and all that, but you've done that. And I just feel like the longer he stays, it's it's not it's it's not a good look. And I think he's doing more harm than good by staying.
Dude, let me tell you something. Like the alleys that you're throwing me are like picture perfect oops. Because the next thing we're going to jump into is I watched Carmelo Anthony's son, play the other night. He dropped 18, and when I tell you he was completely in his bag, he was in his bag. All right. If you had to say who's the best college basketball player whose dad played in the NBA, who would it be?
Whose dad played in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like, again, this is going to sound biased, but I feel like Hardaway, when he was at Michigan, was pretty decent.
Okay. Timmy Jr. Yeah, he was good.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a name. Who do you have in mind?
The greatest college basketball player who dad played in the NBA is Stephen Curry.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Which bolsters
that's
his resume, dude.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous when you sit back and think about this guy's basketball career. Is oh my god, the impact that he had is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA, the WNBA is entertaining because of Steph.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sorry, Del Curry. I forgot all about you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Dale forgets he was in the NBA sometimes, but you know. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, man. But that's good
Good
stuff,
old
man.
Del Curry.
Yeah. But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, man. Another thing with the NBA, man. See, they're 13-1 right now. They have the strong possibility. They're the odds favorite to win the NBA championship again. And do you know they could have 3 first-round picks next year?
Yeah, just from the way
Dude, that's
from
not fair.
yeah.
That is not fair. Like,
Yeah, that though.
how do you that?
Well,
Wow.
I can tell you, some of it is a little bit of luck,
Well,
right?
yeah.
You know, it's a little bit of luck, guys panning out that you traded for, and that. Um, but yeah, the thing is, and I always wonder this, like, yeah, you're right, they're going to have 3 first rounders, but what comes with, and I don't know what picks they have, but what comes with first round picks?
I don't know what.
Well, you're going to have guys, when guys get drafted in the first round, they think they know they're first rounders.
Yeah, hot shot.
And let's say OKC runs it back and wins another one, and now they got these 3 first rounders coming in. That's one of those things I think that sounds cooler than it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they would keep all 3 first rounds picks. I don't think they would keep all 3. And then another thing, even as a young player coming in, you're coming in on a championship team. The whole team is young, and Shea possibly could win MVP again. So you would have the 2-time reigning MVP on your team. You would have no choice but to take a back seat.
You would think.
You would have no choice.
I think we both know that for today's youth,
yeah,
that's tough.
And they coming in with money, and you know,
I mean, these aren't broke kids coming in that are just signed their
humble.
First.
Yeah,
you're talking about kids that have been making money for 2 years. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If it's an early first round pick, there's a good chance that cat is coming in and he's made more money the last couple of years than the 7th and 8th guy on that roster.
You know, it's crazy. It's possible that they can, because they have the Clippers first round pick, and the Clippers it could be ugly for them. Like right now, the Clippers are in the 11th spot at 4-9. And if Kawhi doesn't come back, you know what I mean? Like, they could have a top 10 pick with with the Clippers pick because it's unprotected.
Have you how do you feel about these Dallas Mavericks? I got to be honest with you. I thought they'd be better than that.
I thought they would be better, but Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. You know, and I would have thought they'd have tried to ship him, but his trade value is
not much.
Not much. You know, they start the season, they try to put Coop at the point guard position. That was not smart. All right. And now it's like, oh, we're trying to figure this thing out. Like, they're 4-10 as well. Yeah, they're 4-10. You know, so you know, I didn't think his learning curve would be this bad, because I thought the vets would carry him until he got to the point where he's ready to take over. But AD is injured. Clay, I mean, since he started dating Megan Thee Stallion, it's like he forgot how to shoot.
He just seems like somebody with something else other than basketball in his mind.
It's definitely something else other than basketball on his mind.
I wonder how it all would have, and that's where I think sometimes one player makes a difference. Like, what if Kyrie Irving isn't hurt and he's here? You know what I mean?
I think it will be a lot different. I think because you would have a stabilizer on the court, right? Not only can he facilitate, but he can also go get his own bucket when offense is stagnant. You know, so, and I think Kyrie coming back will be more of a help for Coop, because eventually the offense is going to run through him because he's that talented of a player. I mean, he was 17 playing with the USA basketball team, getting them ready for Olympics, and the offense was running through him. And he was 17. He hadn't even taken a shot on the college court yet. And so I believe he has the ability and the talent to be able to be that number one option, but he needs a player like Kyrie.
For sure.
Because Clay is not focused on basketball. You have the two. What's the 3-man? Hold on, what's his name?
You talking
PJ
about
Washington. PJ Washington. You know, he's I thought he will play a bigger role this year, but you know, it's not panned out for him. I mean, he's averaging 15, but it's a quiet 15. You know, he's averaging 15, 7, and 2, shooting 45% from the field. Right? I mean,
Yeah, I think it's definitely transitioned back to, which it's kind of been this way for a little while now. But like, how is the East so good?
yeah,
Or I'm sorry, the West so
the
good, and the
West.
East like are the Pistons? They're gonna have the 1 seed locked up, maybe here in another month or so. Like they
Yeah,
just seem.
yeah. The Pistons is the surprise of the season because I felt they would be better this year. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. I felt they would be better, but I didn't see them freaking 11-2.
Well, yeah, I don't think a lot of people did. People think the Celtics were gonna
No. I don't
come
think
out and
any.
scuffle, and that's one of those things too.
No,
I mean,
I didn't
14
think
games
that
in.
about the Celtics. One because Jason Tatum is injured.
Yeah,
They got rid of Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis. Like it, they gutted their roster because they didn't really see any hope for this season. I mean, Jaylen Brown's their best player, and he's trying to figure out what to do with his hairline. And I mean, him and Derek White are the best options for the Celtics, and I that's not a 1-2 punch that you can rely on.
yeah.
You
Which I
know,
don't think I know this about you. Are you a 76ers fan?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I'm everything Philly, except when it comes to college basketball, I am a Duke fan. But everything else, I'm a Phillies fan, Philadelphia fan. Yep. And I don't want to talk about that because we should be better than we are right now. We're 7-5, and we should be a lot better than what we are. And it's not. Yeah, I mean, Paul George is about to come back, so hopefully that doesn't stunt the development of VJ Edgecombe. Jared McCain just came back, so we'll see how that works. Joel Embiid has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. Tyrese Maxey has been balling this year, so hopefully we can get PG in there and get some chemistry with our guys, man. But I just can't. I can never count on the health of Paul George and Joel Embiid.
Right.
Their health is not dependable. But we got the Clippers today, and we'll see what happens.
Man, am I reading this right? I mean, OKC averages 121 a game.
Yeah, you're reading that right, bro.
Is that
like
real?
they're hooping, man. Like they're not even. It's literally going to look like the 72 and 73-9 Warriors, man, when they was just running through the league. Shea is averaging almost 33 points a game.
Yeah, 32.
And he's not even breaking a sweat.
Right.
So, I mean, it was funny. They're young and they're confident, bro. Yeah. They're young and they're confident. And that's what's scary. It was like after the Bulls won their first chip in 91, like when they came into that 92 season, it was like, oh yeah.
They were different.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is different. They got past Magic. I mean, the Lakers Showtime. Well, it really wasn't Showtime because Magic was old and
yeah.
So Showtime was
more
gone.
Like
but
slow-mo time.
Yeah, slow-mo time. They got past the Lakers, man. But when they came back at 92, dude, it was like, oh my God, this isn't fair. They beat the dog crap out of Portland, then came back in 93 and beat the brakes off Charles Barkley and the Suns.
Everybody.
No.
I felt like that in the second three-peat. Like, I just knew the way when Jordan came back late and they got ousted by the Magic, I just had this feeling like they get Rodman, right? And it's like this like they just.
And it was crazy because they got Rodman on the steal, bro.
Yeah.
Because he came from San Antonio. Like San Antonio was like, bro,
take him off our hands.
Give us a bag of chips and y'all can have him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
they traded him for a rack of balls and like 3 big bags of Big League Chew.
Come on.
It was cheap.
And a big red.
Yeah.
It was Oh man. And it turned out that I know Jordan says Scottie Pippen was his favorite teammate.
Yeah.
But I think Dennis Rodman was his best teammate.
For sure.
Because not only did Rodman help elevate Jordan, but Jordan elevated Rodman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Rodman played with a constant motor. Scottie was pouting because, he signed a contract that the owner told him not to sign.
Yeah.
So he's pouting. That's basically that second three-peat.
Yeah, I just feel like Jordan, when Rodman played with Jordan, it almost was like he knew that Jordan was of a different cloth, like the people like Isaiah and Joe in Pittsburgh or in Detroit.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just feel like Rodman probably, and I don't know this, but there was probably a different level of respect.
Yeah. Well, you got to think Rodman was part of those Detroit teams.
Yeah.
For sure. He was on that back-to-back 89, 90.
Late, in the late 80s.
Well,
and him and Scottie, like, they had history.
Yeah. Like, so Rodman understood, like, yo, we're scheming to stop this guy. He comes out here, put him on his ass. So Rodman understood who he was. And when he got there, he even, I think, was it The Last Dance? I think, or it was an interview I seen. He was like, the respect that he had for MJ was just like, if you look at, what game was it? It was in the playoffs against the Jazz. I can't remember the game, but Jordan goes to the free throw line. Rodman doesn't even go for the rebound. Jordan shoots the first one. Rodman looks at the crowd. They was like, pay attention. He's about to shoot it again. He was like, this is MJ. He's going to make it. MJ shoots it. Rodman turns back to the crowd and was like, told you. Like, you have to have a different level of confidence and respect for a person like, I
think Phil had something to do with, I think Rodman respected Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, Phil was a player's coach.
Yeah. But it was the level of respect he had for MJ
for sure
that he brought that intensity every game.
Yeah. Well,
because he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that in San Antonio.
No, and I don't think it's very often though that there are that many teams where a player, it's his team.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yeah.
In Chicago, like the Bulls were Jordan's team. I mean,
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Phil Jackson was the coach.
Yeah.
Right, but that was Jordan's team. Like
absolutely.
Absolutely. Even and you could tell Rodman even during that Last Dance thing when I think Rodman started laughing because the coaches brought Jordan in to talk with Rodman, like, hey, he needs a break. He needs to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And Rodman's I always felt like Rodman was laughing, like, why are you bringing him in? He's a player. But at the same time, it's like, oh, they're going to bring him in. It's his fucking team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, hey, he need a break. Give him a break.
Right.
Just say, we need you to get back here, buddy. Take you a couple of days and come on back. But didn't mean to turn that into an MJ segment, but that this Thunder team, man, is they have a level of confidence and they're good, man. And their second best player, Jalen Williams, I don't even think he's played yet this year. So they're this good and they don't even have their full arsenal. Like, man, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
That's for sure.
It's gonna be ugly. But I think that them having 3 first-round picks coming into this next draft, bro, I don't think they'll keep all 3. But that could be even scarier, man. Like, because you can trade that and bring in another marquee player if you wanted to move some. I don't think they would because I don't think they want to mess up the chemistry that they have.
Yeah.
But, man, it's a lot that they could do with 3 first-round picks, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, guys, if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because here on Ball Knowledge Unscripted, we talk all ball all the time. So what you got, brother? What's next on the agenda?
Oh, I mean, we'll probably check out the old college basketball scene for a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's early in the season.
Yep.
Hopefully this year we will do some talking of some Michigan baskbool.
Good.
Because unlike in football, they are a little bit more relevant.
Yeah. The polls just came out, and y'all boys right up there.
Get up there. I mean, we ain't gonna let Duke get too far ahead of us.
Understood.
So I don't think either team has really been tested yet.
No. Well, we had a little test against Texas, but they're not even ranked, so we're not even gonna call that a test. But
yeah, I mean, I guess technically Michigan got tested by Wake Forest, but they shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But
before we go any further, since you just said Wake Forest, Wake Forest has just understood what it feels like to call Duke their daddy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Do you remember Josh Howard?
Howard.
Yeah, he played for Wake Forest. And then he was drafted by, I want to say, Dallas.
I am not overly familiar with him.
I want to say Dallas. Let me make sure, because I want to say he was drafted by Dallas. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go to, because what has just happened is his son just committed to Duke.
Really?
Bryson Howard committed to Duke. Josh Howard is his name, and he was drafted by Dallas, and to have to wear, because the parents, they put on the uniform of the school that their kid is getting committing to.
Some do,
and he had to put on the Duke colors. And he had a smile on his face because he was such a proud dad. And I bet that just hurt everybody who ever attended Wake Forest soul, because he was a great player at Wake Forest. Great player at Wake Forest.
There is not a situation involving my children that would cause me to put on the scarlet and gray.
Wait a minute, Jason. Wait a minute. Now, you're telling me
no,
if one of the girls got a full ride scholarship,
well, one, they would have to get a full ride, because
to
I would not
Ohio
give that university
State
a red single cent of my money.
You would not put on the scarlet and red and support them?
Absolutely, unequivocally would not.
No, I completely agree with you. I've already told my kids, if you decide to go to Carolina, don't worry about me ever putting that color on, and do not bring it in my home.
I would go to their games. I would support them. I would not wear my Michigan. I would not wear my Michigan stuff. I would wear a neutral color, but there is not a situation.
No.
And we've had this conversation. I don't even hang red and gray shirts next to each other in my closet.
Absolutely.
I keep a green or a blue or something in between them.
Yeah. You got to, man.
Can't happen.
Got to.
So, no.
You have to.
Absolutely not.
Carolina blue is not welcome in my home. I'm so glad Duke blue and Dallas blue are two totally different blues.
Yes.
Because Dallas blue is not allowed in my home. And yeah, man, it just would have happened.
Yeah.
I would never go to that campus. I would never allow my kids to go to that school. Now, like you say, they got a full ride. It has the degree that they want. Hey, have at it. But I would never come on that campus to see you. You would have to meet me down on Franklin Street. So I would not have to set foot on that campus.
Mm-hmm. No,
so I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I have standards.
No, absolutely. No, I can't even. I was trying to joke with you, but I put myself in that situation and can't even finish the joke.
Nope.
We're moving on, and but yeah, so far, so this basketball season so far has been really good.
Yeah.
You've had some really good games, man. Purdue has jumped back into the top 25. I don't think they're number one in the ranking. I don't think they should be. I feel Houston should be number one in the ranking, and it hurts me to say that because they beat us last year in the Final Four. But they are a really good team. They look good. But the top five with Purdue, Houston, UConn, Arizona, and Duke. I believe that's the top five teams right now. And everybody will have their shot. That's the one thing I love about college basketball. You play your conference teams more than once,
Yeah.
and if you set up a good good non-conference schedule, you'll be tested. Definitely looking forward to that Michigan game that we have.
Yes.
Um,
That's the difference, though, in
February
college
21st.
basketball. Like the rankings, not that they don't matter, because they do matter, but I think they matter a little less.
Yeah.
Because they change so
yeah. Oh, yeah.
drastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you're going to play, it's not like football where you play one game a week. And then, right, you're going to have weeks where you're going to play 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
And then,
absolutely.
You can rebound from a loss quicker. But yeah, I mean, like I say, they matter. I mean, Michigan, they haven't lost, but they went down a spot.
Yeah.
Same thing with Duke. Duke went down a spot.
I mean, I'm looking at my boys' next 2, 4, 6 games. We played 4 ranked teams in the next 6 games, man. We got Kansas tomorrow night. And I feel if Carolina could beat Kansas, we should handle Kansas with no problem.
I think that's why Purdue got the nod there, because they kind of handed Alabama one a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think Houston. I think I looked at theirs, but I think they had a ranked win. Yeah, they beat Auburn 73-72. So I think Purdue's win over Alabama was a little more.
Yeah. No. I definitely agree.
A little more dominant.
I just think if you put Purdue and Houston on the court right now, Houston will blow Purdue clean out the water, and it wouldn't be close. I don't know where Purdue is finding these these daggone what do they call freaking these tall buildings? What are they called? Skyscraper.
Yeah.
I don't know where they finding these skyscraper players at. But it's like they have one every year. They have another one. This dude is like 7'19" at that 8'4", 8'5", whatever the heck he is, 7'6", whatever. Following Zach Edey, who was daggone a mammoth of a man himself. So
he is 6'11".
Who?
Oscar Clough.
6'11"
for Purdue.
There's no way. That dude look like he's like 7'7".
Yeah, 6'11" it says.
Well, I mean, everybody that's over 6 foot look like they're about 7 feet tall to me. But But dude, hey, TV makes him look a whole lot taller. Yeah. I'll tell you that. But we'll find out what Duke is made of here in the next month. Because even if you take the schedule out to the end of December, we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams.
Yeah.
So we'll find out what Duke is made of here in the next month, and then we'll start ACC play and in the new year. And
yeah, I love
keep it pushing.
I mean, my least favorite time of year is after football's over, before baseball starts, but I do love the tournament, and really basketball after, like basketball towards the middle to the end of January on. College basketball is where it starts to get interesting.
Yeah.
You always have a little, there's always a few ranked matchups late in the year that weren't ranked matchups early in the year.
Yeah.
Because I think unlike the other sports, there's no other level or sport where teams evolve like they do in college basketball.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
and then they play so many games. I mean, they play almost 40 games regular season games. They play almost 40 games, and the chemistry grows. They play two games a week at times sometimes, so you have more of an opportunity to grow, develop as a team. But the further you get in the season, the more the games matter. Yeah. Because even if you have a sucky record, you win your conference tournament, you're in the big dance.
That's it.
So
and you just got to get there.
And that's it. And then anything can happen. Coach K used to say it's a 2-game tournament. Right? Was it? Yeah. 2, 16, 8. Yeah. A 2-game tournament.
Yeah.
So you win your first 2. All right. To the next weekend. You win your next. All right. To the next weekend. So if you could put together 6 games, you're a national champion. Look at NC State a couple years ago. They won 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC tournament, and then they went to the Final Four.
Yeah. I remember the year Michigan played Louisville. I mean, I thought a couple times. And then there was a...
Dude, y'all should have won that game.
Yeah, there was a Michigan team here just a few years ago that went on a run.
Yeah, I think that was the Jordan Poole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, I thought they were decent that year, but I don't think anybody had them going
Yeah.
that deep.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree.
So I don't know. That's why the tournament's like its own, its own thing. I think last year might have been one of the more boring years of the tournament.
Yeah, there wasn't.
I remember it being mostly chalk last year.
It was top heavy. It was top heavy.
But that's not normal.
No, that's not normal. Last year was that hadn't happened since I think 2009 or something like that. So, it doesn't. It's definitely not a norm. It's a rarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to it. So what else we got?
Let's recap some of those Saturday games, man.
Oh man, college football.
Your pride and joy.
I feel like with college football, I feel like a proud dad. In the sense that it never disappoints. Well, let me back. That's not totally true. I have had very many over my life, many disappointing Saturdays. But I mean just as a whole. I'm not talking about my Wolverines.
There you go.
College football as a whole. And I'll use this Saturday as a perfect example. I was not overly thrilled with Michigan's play against Northwestern. I'm not sold on Chip Lindsey as an offensive coordinator. I'm feeling more and more like I'm not sold on Sharon Moore as a head coach. Just because it really feels like I read a lot of the stuff and I disagree with 90% of the stuff I see on Facebook and Instagram, and because we live in an era where everybody wants to fire their head coach if they lose a game, and that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
But when you watch them game in and game out, and I keep seeing these comments like, man, they just don't look prepared. And then you watch them play, and it's like the silly penalties and different stuff, and guys missing routes, and guys dropping balls, and guys not swarming to make the tackle. And it's like, man, I feel like I'm trying not to talk myself into it. But at the same time, it's like, how long do you give a guy before you're like, maybe he's not the guy? They got 2 games left. They've only got 2 losses. I mean, realistically, I do not think they have a realistic chance to beat the Buckeyes. Anything can happen, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. They got Maryland. Even if they lose to the Buckeyes, they're only a 3-loss team, but it feels like a sloppy 10-3, if I'm being
honest.
And they had a fairly easy schedule. They didn't have to play Penn State, which isn't very good this year anyway, but they didn't have to play Indiana.
Did y'all play Oregon?
Didn't play Oregon. Their 2 toughest games were on the road in Oklahoma, which was a legit game. Mm-hmm. And on the road in SC. And those are their 2 losses.
And that's the 2 losses, yeah.
And so at the end of the year, I feel like you will have played 3 tough teams, and you will have probably lost all 3
Lost all 3, yeah.
So, yes, it's a 10-3, but it feels like a hollow 10-3 because if you played 1 or 2 more tough teams, you'd probably be looking at a 4 or 5 loss team.
So here's my question. You're ranked 18th right now in the AP, right? That's not the CFP. If y'all beat the Buckeyes, how far do you think you jump up?
If they win out, I think they're sniffing the playoffs. Because if you beat the Buckeyes, the Buckeyes have been throttling everybody. That being said, and this is going to maybe take some heat, this is going to sound dumb maybe. I don't want my team making the playoffs this year. And I say that because...
Think you'll be a Boise State from last year?
Yeah, I think if for some reason you were to beat Ohio State, let's say they beat them, this is not a playoff team. It's just not. And I go through and I look at the teams that are in the playoffs, and I think what teams in there would not throttle them, assuming they beat Ohio State. One, Ohio State would still make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I don't think for a second, even if you did find a way to beat them, you're not going to beat them twice. You can't beat Indiana. You're probably not going to beat Texas A&M. Georgia's too physical. They might have a chance against Ole Miss. If
Already lost
Oregon,
to
I
Oklahoma.
don't know that they could beat Oregon. They've already been boat raced by Oklahoma, and I don't think they could beat Notre Dame. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
look here. Hey, you got the group of five champion that I think they will handle them.
I do
Because
too. But
it won't be South Florida.
I think Indiana or Ohio State will be playing them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I'm
Yeah,
for, and I say that, and I know some people will be like, "Oh man, how can you want your team not to make the playoffs?" Because I bleed maize and blue, but I'm a realist.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a realist through and through. When they're not good, I say they're not good. And to me, if you're a Michigan fan and you're old enough to remember the Rich Rod years, then you know what bad football looks like. Now, I'm not saying Sharon Moore looks like Rich Rod's teams. I ain't saying that. And Bryce Underwood is an 18-year-old kid. They're young. Their best receiver right now is Marsh, who's also a freshman. They started 6 freshmen Saturday against Northwestern. So they are young. They are young.
Look here,
their best running back.
Duke a couple years ago when we were starting a whole lineup of freshmen with Zion, RJ.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Their running back situation, I mean, Justice Haynes, who I believe is the best, maybe the best running back in the country. Definitely the best running back in the big.
Jeremiah Love might have something to say about that.
He might. he can tell Justice is running by.
That's right. That's right.
And now Jordan Marshall got hurt Saturday, so we had to play the third string running back for the last part of the game. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm way more afraid of our secondary getting absolutely torched by that Ohio State passing game, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's understandable, man. And that was a close game with Northwestern. It shouldn't have been that close. I
missed my whole point to that. That was the longest way around, and I didn't even make my point. My point was that I love college football, and this is why. Because when that game was over, I felt it was a win, and I hate to say I was disappointed with a win, but it took a last-second field goal to beat Northwestern. So you feel how you want about that, but I didn't feel great about it. And then I watched some of the afternoon games.
Come on.
Or I have a 2 TV setup, as you know, so I had some games on. So watching A&M storm back from a 30-3 deficit to win that game 31-30, it was wild.
Yeah.
I loved the Georgia game.
Yeah.
I thought Georgia looked every bit of the part.
Yeah.
I do believe Kirby Smart is one of the best coaches in college football.
Yep.
It was an entertaining game. I loved watching it. I loved watching the Oklahoma-Alabama game.
Yep.
It was just, so it's like, that's why I love college football so much, because even though the early game was like, left me feeling a certain way, there were so many good games on that, I don't know. I just, no. By the end of the night, I felt better.
Yeah, the SEC needs to take a bow because they produced 3 of the best games Saturday.
Yeah, 100%.
That Texas A&M South Carolina game, my brother-in-law is a Gamecocks fan. And to watch his face go from pure joy to pure disbelief, oh my God, it was hilarious to me because I love making fun of him. But I told him at halftime, the game is not over. So just relax. And he said, there's no way that they come back from 27 down. Right? They didn't score a point in the second half.
Well, did you see the graphic they showed during the game?
How they had like a 98, 99% chance of winning?
Well, I think it was SEC in the last so many years was 0.
And like 276 or something like that? Yes.
280.
Yeah.
And until that game. And now they're 1 and 2. And I will say this, as much as that was entertaining to watch, it was alarming. If I'm an A&M fan, I'd be a little bit alarmed.
Okay, why's that?
Because if you play like that, certainly in the playoffs, you will not come back from a 27-point deficit in the playoffs.
So here's my question. I agree. I completely agree with that. But here's my question. Do you think they were like that in the first half because they were playing down to their competition?
I think they were looking past them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were looking at it. They were a 3-win South Carolina team. And I think South Carolina came out, punched them in the mouth.
Yeah.
And it was like all of a sudden, then it was like they were just trying to get to halftime, right? Like anybody that's played football or knows football, like halftime, and I always say this, especially in a close game, and this is why whether it's
that's
my
where the
team
coaches
I'm
make the
watching,
money.
well, it's all you have to do is keep it close. Don't get blown out in the first half because halftime is where the adjustments happen. And if you're the one doing the blowing out, in this case, South Carolina, you don't know what to switch to. Advantage to the team that's getting blown out or the team that's losing because you have to change. If you're blowing them out, what do you change to? What you're doing is working.
But that's my thing. Offensively, I understand that. Defensively, I don't for South Carolina. Because you know Texas A&M is about to light the air up. Like Reed finished with 439 yards. Right? 439 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he had 2 interceptions in the first half. But he finished with 439 yards. So you knew what they were going to come out in the second half and do defensively. Hey, let's milk this clock. I get it. Okay. You're up 27. You're not expecting them to score 28 points in the second half. Right? My thing is, I even say this about my Eagles. Keep your fucking foot on their throat. Pedal to the metal. I don't care if I've got to beat you by 50. Right? You never give a team an opportunity to get back into the game. Because once you do, momentum is a real thing in college.
For sure.
Like it's over. I feel like it's overused in the NFL and the NBA because those are professionals. They're I mean, I guess now, college kids are getting paid $1 million, but they're still kids. Like they ride off the momentum of the crowd, off of each other, And when you give a team like Texas A&M, who's offensively and defensively one of the best teams in the country, they went in at halftime, and the whole time, the first half, they talking about how Mike Elko was getting a contract extension. Like Mike Elko was one of the reasons Les Miles doesn't have a job, right? Dude went in the locker room and was like, "Oh, y'all looking at that ranking in front of your name. Let's get back to Texas A&M football." And they came out in the second half and punched South Carolina. I'm talking about, I've seen a lot of fights in my life. I've wrestled, boxed. Like I've seen a lot of fights, been a part of a lot of fights. Texas A&M, it was like when you see a guy getting beat up and then it's like they're bloodied up and he's still welling on them. It's like, dude, he's had enough. No, he hasn't. And that's what Texas A&M was doing in South Carolina. It was impressive to watch that second half.
I agree, but I also think that first half was like, and yes, they were certainly up 30-3, but it was a fumble return for a touchdown.
Yep,
was one of the scores.
Mm-hmm.
One of the scores was an 80-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm. That kid's fast too.
There were 2 interceptions.
Yep.
So it's like nothing. I don't know that Texas A&M came out and did anything different in the second half, other than he didn't throw picks and they protected the football.
They were locked in that second half, even defensively, man. Like there wasn't an assignment that was in place. It was how the number 3 team in the country supposed to look.
But what I'm saying is, it wasn't like in the first half that South Carolina was just running it or throwing it down.
Yeah,
that wasn't
absolutely.
The case. Like
they had short fields.
They had short fields. The interception, the one big play. It was like perfect storm. South Carolina just happened to capitalize on every mistake, and then that's why I think South Carolina came back out, didn't change anything, and only this time
Texas
A&M wasn't turning the ball over, and they didn't make mistakes, and they chipped away at it. South Carolina did what South Carolina normally does in a game, and it's much harder to put points on the board when you got to go the length of the field.
Absolutely.
Not to mention, I think they had A&M had 2 missed field goals in the first half. So 2 drives ended with no points when they went for field goals. So that was big. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it was 30-3, but it was a hair away from being 16-9.
Yeah. No, I
You know what I mean?
definitely understand that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that being said, it was
First half
incredible.
South Carolina capitalized
Yeah,
on A&M
incredible comeback
mistakes,
though.
and then second half A&M made no mistakes, and they locked in. It was literally like they went in at halftime. It was like, all right, let's stop playing. All right, we
I
gave
just
them a
wonder,
nice head start.
like, how do you think a team like A&M does? Because they really can't run the ball. They don't run the ball with much
Yeah.
success.
No, I agree.
I mean, they got outgained by South Carolina by double.
Yeah, their leading rusher only had 30 yards.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how?
So it's like, I just wonder. I think A&M strikes me as one of these teams this year that they might. I don't know. I don't think they're going to run the table, but
It's that defense for me. I mean, they have like some.
Who's the last team to win a national championship that can't run the ball at all?
That's a good one.
I'm trying to think if the Joe Burrow LSU team ran the ball much.
Yeah, they did. They had Clyde Edwards Hilaire.
But I mean, in relation to.
Oh no, they definitely passed it more.
Oh yeah,
They
Joe
definitely
Burrow
passed it
seemed
more.
like he threw it 50 times a week.
I mean, you got Justin Jefferson on one side, Jamar Chase on the other side. I'm putting it in the air.
Yeah,
like I'm not even looking where I'm throwing. They down there somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm not even looking.
Just chucking it up.
Yeah, and that's a conversation for another day. But that's why I didn't have the confidence of Joe Burrow going into the NFL because I felt it was the weapons around him that made him look like he looked. You know, so that's why I didn't feel the way I wasn't high on Joe Burrow. But you know, he's proven me wrong. He's made me a believer because he's definitely a stud, man.
Yeah, it was a good Saturday though. I was pleased with most of the games that were on. I mean, hell, even Florida gave Ole Miss a game.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
You know, there were several, like what was the Georgia Tech Boston College game?
Georgia Tech
Somehow,
Boston College. Yep.
That ended up being a game. The USC Iowa game was a good game.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of good games across the board, man.
Yeah.
A lot. The Navy South Florida game, that was a good game.
Yeah.
So it was a Saturday full of a lot of good games, man. If you're a college football fan, you enjoyed yourself. Even Friday games. Clemson beat Louisville, man. You know, that was a good game, man. So it was a good weekend for college football. They had a couple snoozer back-to-back weekends, man. You know, so having this weekend, college football needed that. And now it's on the back end. There's 2 games left in the regular season. Then we go bowling.
This week coming up is probably one of the worst ones of the year, just because this is where a lot of those teams, especially SEC teams, play FCS teams, and so there's some turds on there. Not all of them, but I'm looking forward to the USC Oregon game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
That should be good. The Pitt Georgia Tech game. And even though Florida's not ranked, Florida seems to be giving everybody a game, even though they can't ever win one.
Florida Tennessee is always a good game.
Yeah, that should be a good one. And then little BYU Cincinnati, little Big 12 action.
Yeah. I think BYU is gonna close that thing out real nice. I don't see them doing too much of anything with that, but it should be a good game.
So yeah, but we love college football. We love it.
Man. Yeah, man.
So what do you got on our boys that play on Sundays?
Well, I like to say my boys Sunday night.
Ugly.
You know, it was ugly. But I remember when the schedule came out, right? The Detroit Lions said, one, I appreciate the Detroit Lions because they was one of the teams that didn't vote to end the tush push. And they stopped it twice last night. So makes sense why they didn't vote against it. But the Detroit Lions said we should play the Philadelphia Eagles opening night because we should have actually been, if we had our full lineup in the NFC Championship game, we would have played Philly in the NFC Championship game. So I circled the Lions game on the schedule. because I wanted to see, all right, back up what you're talking. And last week I said, hey, Green Bay, buckle your trench strap because we're coming to punch you in the mouth. And then I said, Detroit, same goes for you. Buckle your chin strap because we're coming to punch you in the mouth. Right? Jared Goff, if Gibbs didn't have those 2 big runs, Jared Goff would have been under 100 yards throwing. They had no run game. We literally punched them in the mouth and asked them what they're going to do about it. Right? My dad used to tell me the most disrespectful thing you can do to a man is open hand slap him in the face. Outside of spitting on him, Jamar Chase. It's open hand slap him. All right. So when I was younger, if I got into a fight, I'm not condoning fighting people unless you have to. I will open hand slap anybody, whoever I was fighting, just to see what you're going to do. Because my dad said they either going to have yourself ready because they're going to come at you with a vengeance, or they're going to cower out and run. We open hand slapped the Detroit Lions, looked at them, said what you're going to do about it, and they tucked their tail and got back on the plane and went back to Michigan. They offense could do nothing. Now, their defense played a heck of a ball game. But guess what? Our offense made just enough plays to it didn't matter how good of a defensive game the Lions played.
Yeah.
So yes, it was ugly.
It was ugly.
When you look at the teams that we have beaten, right? When you look at the teams we have beaten, we've beaten the Lions, right? We've beaten the Rams. We've beaten the Chiefs. We've beaten the Bucks, right? We've beaten the Packers. Now, granted, we lost to the Broncos. We shouldn't have lost to the Broncos, but we took the L to the Broncos, all right? We've beaten 5 playoff teams already. Now, if the playoffs started today, we've beaten 5 playoff teams. No one else has that resume, which is why we're the number 1 seed in the NFC, and we're game behind the Broncos because they have the top. They beat us.
Yeah.
So, even though it was ugly, dude, that was a dominating game.
I cannot disagree with anything you just said.
However,
or in addition to, I'm trying to stop saying but or whatever. In addition to what you just said, I will add that I cannot disagree with anything you said. I guess it's a question. Like, are you comfortable with the way this team is? I know this is going to sound dumb, but are you comfortable, like truly as an Eagles fan, are you comfortable with the way they're winning?
So, I'm comfortable with winning, right? However that looks, right? However that looks. Now, we look at the Chiefs last year. The Chiefs had 9 one-point victories? 1-score wins, and they were in the Super Bowl. No one questioned, oh, it looks ugly, this, that, and the third. Why? Because they were winning, right? The reason they're questioning us is because we have a wide receiver who's frustrated that he's not making the impact that he feels he can make on the game, right?
Me too, man.
If A.J. Brown doesn't come out and say anything about his frustrations, it'd be like, hey, the Eagles can beat you however you need them to beat you. And that's all the conversation will be, right? So I'm okay with winning, however it looks. Like I say all the time, I've wrestled majority of my life, right? It didn't matter if I beat you by 1 point or I beat you by 15 points. As long as my hand was raised at the end of the match, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how I look at my Eagles.
I agree.
As long as we have more points on the scoreboard at the end of the game, I don't care how we get it. Now, would I like it to be every game to be a dominating win, beat every team by 21 to 30 points? Absolutely. Everybody would love that. But if last night was a Super Bowl, right? Or even the NFC Championship game, because we could play the Lions in the NFC. If we went to the NFC Championship game and played the Lions and beat them 16-9, would anyone care how it looked? No. Because it's like, all right, on to the Super Bowl. So that's how I look at it.
Don't you think those games are, even playing the same team, those games are tougher in the postseason?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, look at the Rams game last year. When we played the Rams in SoFi, like we blew them out the water. Saquon had almost 300 yards rushing. We played them in the playoffs, and they legit had a chance to beat us on the last drive. If it wasn't for Jalen Carter blowing up the last two plays, they could have legit beat us, and they would have been playing in the Super Bowl. So yes, I do think when you play a team more than once in a season, you know what I mean, you have to basically be on your A game. And I don't feel even the game that Jalen Hurts had 300 some yards, AJ had over 100, Devontae had over 100. I don't even feel that was our A game because Saquon only had he had less than 100 yards rushing. So I've seen what this team can be, and I mean our offensive line's been banged up all year. Lane Johnson's about to be out half of the second half of the season, 4 to 6 weeks. Cam Jurgens, our starting center, went out last night. Like, our offensive line been banged up all year, so which is why Saquon hasn't been able to get off like he was last year. I mean, and then if you look at Saquon's career, last year was an outlier because we were healthy all year, and he was able to show his skills behind a great offensive line.
For sure.
We don't have that offensive line this year. You know what I mean? So I feel that's why Saquon is not as frustrated because he remembered his years in New York.
Well, that and I don't know. Maybe for running backs, it's a little different. I don't think the receivers go through what running backs go through.
No.
So
Absolutely
Saquon's
not.
probably like, well, I have a Super Bowl ring, and I'll go ahead and cash this check every week. But you know what I didn't realize was that 7 of the Eagles' 8 wins are by a touchdown or less.
Yes.
Every game
that's
has been
why
close.
Yes, that's why I said
the second game
we're
against
playing
the Giants.
we're playing like the Chiefs played last year, and the Colts are playing like we were playing last year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because they still got they still got a few games on their schedule.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think I'm in no way insinuating that. I mean, I knew the Eagles would be in it at the beginning of the year. I mean, I think I had them as one of my Super Bowl teams. I think I was thinking Buffalo, Philly, or Buffalo, Detroit in the Super Bowl. So it would not surprise me at all because even like I just said, those games get tougher in the postseason. Mm-hmm. But your teams, especially your teams that have postseason experience and winning experience in postseason, they elevate.
Absolutely.
So I could totally see where the Eagles kind of ham and egg it through the year, which I think a lot of teams would take 8-2 for hamming and egging it, but they'll get through the season. They're going to win their division because it's horrible.
Yeah, running away.
And it wouldn't surprise me if when the postseason starts, the Eagles turn it up to a different level and play like last year's team.
Yeah.
Almost like they've been slow playing it all year.
Yep.
Like we just got to get through, like you said.
And that's
doesn't matter how you win.
That's what could be frustrating as an Eagles fan because we look at our roster, we look at our team, we look at what we were last year. Now, granted, we're not the team we were last year. Our defense is starting to get back to that. The addition of the defensive end we just picked up. God gracious, his name literally just left my brain. His literally his name just left my brain.
I'm not even sure. When did they get him? Like recently?
We just got him in the trade deadline. It's like I can't even think. Anyway, the kid we just got in the trade deadline. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
But he's literally helped turn our defense around. Phillips. That's it. Jalen Phillips. Good gracious, it didn't come to me. I finally found it. He's literally turned, and the fact that he understood the defense already because he played with Fangio in Miami.
Yeah,
we've been able to plug him in, man, and him on one side, and getting back our other end, Nolan Smith, putting them two on the ends. Dude, you got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter in the middle. That's freed up the linebackers. Kobe Dean running crazy. Jahad Campbell running crazy. Zach Bonds going crazy.
Where does Brandon Graham fit in there?
Oh, he's in rotation on the D line. You know, we don't want to put too much on him. You know, the old man gotta We gotta. There you go. We gotta keep the old man fresh, so we don't put too much on him.
Okay.
But dude, like, we're picking up steam. I apologize to Dory, and he showed up last night. I appreciate that, Adori. He showed up last night. Hopefully, we could keep this going. We could build on last night. But man, like people, you would say like your only weakness on defense right now is quarterback too. And like I say, Quinyon Mitchell had St. Brown in handcuffs. He rocked him to bed, gave him a bedtime story, tucked him in, and was like, all right, good night, buddy. Mwah. I love you.
Good night, Tiny Dancer.
Yeah, good night. I love you. Like, St. Brown is one of my fantasy receivers, and I loved him not getting me any points last night. I think he got me like 3 points last night, and I was okay with it. I should have benched him and put T-Mac in because T-Mac got like 29 points yesterday. But either way, it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful. And that defense is only going to get better.
Yeah.
That defense is only going to get better the more games they play together.
Yeah. And like I say, I feel, I do feel like it's one of those things where there are certain teams, especially teams that have been there before and won, like they get to that point, like they know that the regular season is nothing more than to put yourself in a position to be in a good spot for the playoffs.
There you go.
Once you get there, all bets are off. It really doesn't matter how you got there. Once you're there and your seed is set,
that's right.
That, whatever it's going to be, man, all it is at that point is you play the next 2 to 3 or 4 games the best you can, and it's going to be a huge benefit that those guys have won before, right? Like
that's right.
I've always said, there's a huge advantage when you have teams that have won before.
Yeah, and if you look at the Eagles' schedule, there's nothing stopping us from running the table the rest of the year. We have the Cowboys, Bears, Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. The only challenge you have on there is the Bills and maybe the Chargers because you're playing at the Chargers. But that's not you saw what the Chargers just did this past weekend.
Yeah, the Chargers have definitely been on the decline.
So there's nothing saying we can't run the table, get the 1 seed, and then we get another bye week, bro.
Yeah.
Then all you got to do is win 2 games and you're in the Super Bowl.
Well, not only that, but at this point, they might be able to rest people the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, if we have the 1 seed locked up.
I mean,
but I will want to lock up the 1 seed. So if we can go into the Bills game with the 1 seed locked up, I don't know if I will rest players at the Bills game, but I would definitely rest them that second Commanders game.
Yeah.
To close the season out.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be. And speaking of the Bills, like they're one of the teams that, man, I was just speaking with my dad earlier today, a big Bills fan, telling him like, man, it's kind of weird. I don't think, I think the Bills winning the division was almost in stone before the season because that's how that division rolls these days. Buffalo just wins it, and then all of a sudden it's like, at the beginning of the season, even I was one like, oh, this Drake Mays had a couple good games. Like, oh, they look improved. Yeah, well, they look more than improved. They look pretty legit.
And they got a cupcake schedule going down the stretch.
Yeah, and outside of them going, something happening, injuries, whatever it is, I really at this point don't see. I don't see how they don't win the division.
No, they're going to win the division. If they, if they win out, they're winning the division.
Well, yeah, they've got one more against Buffalo. But yeah, that's one of those divisions where I'm like, man,
because they have the Bengals, the Giants, they play the Bills and Ravens, and then they got the Jets and Dolphins. Like, come on, bro, stop.
Yeah, it's trashy the rest of the way.
Stop. The Bills and Ravens, obviously, those are going to be tough games. The Ravens, because they're trying to take over their division. That's not far fetched. Like literally,
they will.
The Ravens,
especially if this Aaron Rodgers news is true. If he really does have a broken bone, because you don't have to worry about
who's the Steelers' backup.
You don't have to worry about Cincinnati or Cleveland. They're not going to be in the way.
Yeah, they're a game behind Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh
Yeah.
6-4. They're 5-5.
I believe by mid-December, the Ravens will be in control of that division.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
3 weeks from now.
Absolutely.
I really believe
I completely agree. I mean, Josh Allen put up 50 fantasy points yesterday.
I know he did.
3 rushing, 3 passing. Now, granted, he did have 2 interceptions.
I had to play him.
Man, look here. I had him on the bench. I played Drake May, and Drake May only gave me like 18. Freaking Josh gave me 50
I wish
on
my wife
bench.
would have had him on the bench.
Man, oh my gosh.
I had to play her this week. She is 2-0 against me, bro.
Dude, she's showing you who's boss, man.
I'm like, that's it. Next year at the draft, I answer no questions.
Dude, that's what happened.
I answered no questions.
You helped everybody in the house. Not everybody in the house is whooping on you.
Yeah, it's a 6-person league here, and I'm in 5th.
Who's in 6th?
It's either my youngest daughter or my mother-in-law. I can't remember.
Oh man!
But I'm like, hey, next year, everybody better not ask me shit, dude. Because I'm gonna be like, man, no. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing pretty well. I'm in 2nd, 4th, and 6th.
2nd, 4th, and 6th.
So I built those teams.
I have a chance to win this week. If I win this week, I'm 9-2. I have a chance to win this week, but I need Brandon Arbery to give me 9 points. Brandon Arbery gives me 9 points. I take home the win. Because like I say, St. Brown gave me nothing.
What's wild is are you talking about the work league? Yeah. So in the work league, only the top 4 teams make the playoffs. And so I've seen teams that go through and they just steamroll everybody.
And then get spanked in the playoffs.
And then they play the 4 seed.
Yeah.
First week of the playoffs and get smoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's that's the only downside is it comes down. You can have the murderous team. And then one game, either somebody gets hurt or something goes bad or somebody on the other team blows up and it's like, I dominated the league for the whole year and didn't win.
When we started the season, I was projected to go 7-10.
Yeah. That's why I told you. I told you from the beginning, those things were trash.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. That makes me very happy. That I'm not 7-10. I have a chance to actually have a winning record. If I could pull out one more, I'm definitely having a winning record. In my first year in fantasy, I'm actually happy with that.
You're doing well.
But what I want to do, we asked the people last week if we should update our quarterback ranking or we should come with a wide receiver ranking. The people have spoken and they want a wide receiver ranking. Here. I say we do 10 through 3.
Okay.
And then you tell us why you have 1 and 2.
All
right. I'll let you go first.
So I have T. Higgins at 10. I have Waddle at 9. Justin Jefferson at 8. Adams at 7. Ibuka at 6. London at 5. St. Brown at 4. Chase 3.
Okay.
And I have Nakua at 2.
Okay.
And JSN number 1.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not a bad list. I'm going to tell you right now, we have the same top 4.
Okay.
Just a different order.
Okay.
I have Adams at 10. Devontae Smith at 9. Ibuka at 8. Drake London at 7. George Pickens at 6. Justin Jefferson at 5. St. Brown at 4. Puka at 3. Chase at 2, and here's why. He's first in receptions, second in yards, and he's third in yards after catch. Do you know who's 1 and 2 in yards after catch? In the league. Yards after catch.
Him and JSN?
No. Christian McCaffrey and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I
almost put McCaffrey on this list.
Yeah.
He's like 8th or 9th in yards.
And yards and receiving yards. Yeah.
I mean, it's wild.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I'm like, what?
Yeah. And that's why I put Chase ahead of Puka.
So we can agree JSN right now
JSN
that's
is the
what
best
this
receiver.
is.
Yeah.
This is a power rankings.
Yes.
This
He's
is not
first in
who we
yards.
think. This is not who we think the top 10 receivers are as a whole.
Exactly.
This is a power ranking. Who's the best? Who's the hottest and best right now? So we agree.
Right now.
JSN.
Yeah, JSN is one. I mean he's first in yards, first in yards per
300
game,
yards more than the next man.
second in touchdowns, and fifth in receptions. I mean, that screams I'm playing the best at this position right now.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So and the reason I have Nacua at 2 is because if he doesn't miss any time,
no, I can agree with that.
Then, which again, that kind of goes against what this is, which is power rankings. But outside of when he didn't play, he's been the guy.
Yeah. No,
so
absolutely.
Had he played, then it's not like he's like. It wasn't like he was having a bad few weeks and then he was hurt and then he was balling out. Got hurt.
This is my knock on Puka.
Still balling out.
This is my knock on Puka, and why he's not. He's 3, so that's not really a knock. But when we're in the red zone and we need a touchdown, he's looking over there at Devontae Adams. He's not looking Puka direction.
No,
but Matthew Stafford is looking at Devontae Adams.
I agree, but do you think that's by design?
No, I think that because Devontae has a bigger radius. He's a bigger 50-50. He's a better 50-50 ball receiver, and you're not going to find many DBs that can jump with Devontae. I mean, with Adams. With Puka, you can find guys that could jump with him. You can find guys that within 10 yards, you can find guys who's going to put hands on him and get him off his route. Adams, you're not. He's big. He's strong, and he run. He's one of the best pylon receivers in the NFL.
Yeah,
because he'll get you on your heels, and Stafford is putting right in the corner pylon. That's why he leads the league in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think
that's my only why I will put Puka down, because those other two, their quarterbacks, I don't care who's on the field, who's guarding them, their quarterbacks are looking for them, no matter where they at on the field.
They are, but like I think that's the knock on, and again I say knock, but the reason I have Chase at 3, which could be the same reason to have Puka at 3, is like where JSN, St. Brown, London, like they're doing it without another stud.
Oh, understood.
Whereas Puka has Adams, Chase has Higgins.
Yeah.
Like, and that matters,
absolutely.
Right? Like certainly.
No, I get it. I get it, because now you can't double team me.
Yeah.
And that's what with Smitty, I have him at 9. Smitty is top 10 in the league right now in the receiving, because the coverage is sliding over to AJ. AJ said, if you have me in fantasy, cut me, release me, because it's not coming my way. He's not getting the ball, but yet they're still sliding the defense over to him. So Devontae is going off this year. Like, I never thought it would be a season where Devontae get 1,000 yards receiving, but AJ Brown wouldn't. And that can happen this year.
Yeah.
That can happen this year.
I didn't either. I wish somebody would have told me before the draft. I have way too many Eagles on my fantasy teams. On one of my teams,
that's because it's greatness. You want to be part of greatness.
I have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon on the same damn team.
Oof.
Yeah. Guess how many fantasy points they're getting?
It's probably not that many. Probably not that many. Probably not that many.
But yeah. So, but those are my 10. I think we both agree that JSN has been absolute money this year.
Yeah. He's the best receiver in football right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous what that guy is doing. And I mean, even with Sam Darnold having 3 interceptions yesterday, dude still had 105 yards on 9 receptions. Like, and his longest reception was 28 yards yesterday. He had 105 yards on 9 receptions, 12 targets. I mean, the dude is balling, man. The dude is balling. And to think he was never the number 1 receiver when he was at Ohio State, but he's the all-time receiving leader. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, he's had some big weeks. I mean, You're looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks over 100 yards. 2 other weeks he had over 90. It's kind of surprising he's only got 5 tutties for as many, but yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. It's like he's maximized. Like you see a lot of guys will have who was I looking at the other day? Justin Jefferson. Which they're scuffling right now because JJ is struggling mightily.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson's getting 12 and 14 targets and he's got 4 catches. I mean, JSN's getting 9 catches on 13 targets, 8 catches on 10, 5 on 6, 4 on 5, 8 on 9, 8 on 13, 8 on 9, 5 on it's going his way. He's catching the ball.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
It was one thing for it to happen the first 2, 3, 4 weeks of the season, and nobody really knew it was coming.
And now it's still happening.
We know it's happening now. You're 11, 12 weeks into the season.
Yep.
Teams know he just went 9 catches on 12 targets for 105.
So, he won't win the Triple Crown because, Triple Crown is receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Yeah. He won't win the Triple Crown, but
he's going to be up the list in all of them.
He could win the... He could be in the finals. He could be a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's been crazy to watch. Sam Darnold and him, that connection might be the best in football right now.
Yeah. And speaking of our wide receivers, and by the way, let us know what you guys think, where you think we got it right, where you think we got it wrong. But speaking of receivers, and we both had them on our list, and I don't want to spend too much time on it really because I think it's a trash move. But the NFL suspended, and I would like to see them take a harder slant at this. The NFL suspended Jamar Chase one game for spitting on another thing, and this has become a newer thing. We've seen it a few times already this year. Yeah. And that is something that I would really like the NFL to take a hard line on, because we spoke about this earlier today, and you will be hard-pressed to find anything more degrading to do to another man, or anybody for that matter, than to spit on them.
No, absolutely.
And while I'm not for guys getting ejected, because I think it's easy to say, like, man, you got to be smarter when you now Ramsey got thrown out of the game. Sorry, hold on one second. But it's easy to say, oh, so-and-so, you've got to, be smarter and do this and do that. But I'm telling you what, man, it takes a lot. You spit on another person. I guess I'm fully okay that person wants to tear your head off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It just, there's no need for it. I wish the NFL would take a much harder line on that.
I mean, they gave him 1 game without pay. So it's 1 game and costing him $500,000.
And let's be honest, at this point in the season, on that team, that's a vacation.
Yeah.
That's your penalty. Hey, you don't have to suffer through this next loss with the Bengals. They can't blame it on you, right? And I'm sorry, but that needs to be one of those up there that is severe. Like, you spit on another man, like, that is just...
Yeah. I would have thought... and then lie about it. When Jalen Carter did it to Dak Prescott, I was like, all right, well, Dak spit first, kind of baited him type thing. There's still no excuse. You don't spit on another man, right? Unless you just have zero respect for that person, right? And when I see you, it's on site. I don't care where we at, what we doing. We could be at the hospital seeing your mama on her deathbed. When I see you, it's a problem, right? But there was no spit from Jalen Ramsey. There was, you would think this punishment would have been harsher than Jalen Carter's, right? Jalen Carter, he got the whole Dallas game. He was out. And I think his fine wasn't $500,000. So they say, oh, well, he was fined more money. Yeah, but he should have got he should have got at least 2 games. You know what I
Well, and I
mean?
think the only reason he got fined more was because it was a game check.
Yeah.
Chase makes more money.
Yeah.
So, but I'd like to see the NFL, and they're not going to be able to do it mid-season.
No. It's going to have to be. It'll be after the season.
I'd like to see him take a hard line and say, there are going to be certain things that if they are done, not only is it immediate ejection, it is a $500,000 fine, and it's 3 games.
Yeah.
Because it's stuff like that. Because all I can think of is when I see stuff like that, and these are pros, and I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh, these professional athletes have to be perfect role models because the youth watch them. I don't think that. But that being said, the youth do watch them. And if anything has gotten out of hand, it's been youth sports. Right? Like youth sports is out of hand. And now you're seeing professionals. Do you think a kid has the mental? All they know is, well, I saw Chase do it. He did it when that guy got in his grill. So boom. Now you got kids spitting on each other. Like it's just, it's such a, I don't know. I hope that the NFL
I get it.
takes a hard look at it after the season, and because there's certain things that, you just got to clean up. They can't be part of football. There's nothing football about that, and I'm all for a good Donnybrook, a good brouhaha. He shoved me, I shoved him. Cortland Finnegan, Andre Johnson, just throwing. I'm all for that. That at the right time, right? Like
Absolutely.
sometimes, little Andre Rison, Dion. That's good stuff. It really. I mean, it's football, right? It's a violent sport. But the spitting, man, like
yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, I look at it the same way I looked at when Draymond was kicking everybody in the nuts, man. Like, come on, man. Certain things is over the line. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. like, come on, man. Come on.
I just got those weird visuals where like he used to like go out of his way like to flop.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Like, I accidentally threw my leg up and kicked him right
leg.
in the nuts.
Exactly. Come on, man. Like, man, keep the spit in your mouth. Keep your shoes off my nuts, man.
Keep your feet off my nuts.
Yeah, man. But hey. But I 1000% agree with you, man. I think it should have been a harder penalty. And I think that's something that the rules committee will look at in the offseason, especially because it's happened more than once. Mm-hmm. All right.
Agreed.
Well, look here. We're going to close this out with a little trivia, man.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
All right. And speaking of my Eagles,
Eagles question?
No, it's not an Eagles question.
Oh,
we have a top rated defense, right? But we have a bottom rated offense. All right.
No argument here.
And we're still one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
When was the last time a Super Bowl winner had a top rated defense, but a bottom rated offense? All right. When was the last time a Super Bowl winner had a top rated defense and a bottom rated offense?
Are you wanting the year?
You can give me the year and the team.
Well, 2 teams come to mind.
I want the year and the team.
2 teams come to mind. I feel like it's one of these 2. It's either Peyton Manning's Broncos.
Okay.
The last year, and the year escapes me. I'm sure I could do the math. This is 25. I'll come back to that. But it's either Peyton Manning's Broncos, or
that was Super Bowl 50.
Trent Dilfer's Ravens.
Trent Dilfer's Ravens. That was 2001, if I'm not mistaken.
That was I was gonna say. That one was a while back.
Okay.
Because that defense was noise.
Yeah, that defense was ridiculous.
Stunk.
Yes, that defense carried them.
And tell me, is it one of those 2?
It is not.
No shit.
It is not.
Wow. All right, give me one more second just to go through.
Okay. All right.
It's not one of those 2?
It's not one of those 2.
Tell me the question one more time.
When was the last time a team won the Super Bowl and they had a top-rated defense but a bottom-rated offense?
Is it in the 2000s?
It is in the 2000s.
It's not one of those 2? Oh, the Rams team.
Which Rams team?
The Sean McVay's when he won the first his first one with what was that? 20. Let's see. This is 25. 19. Is that the one? Is it the? It's. I mean, it's not the. It's not the Rams team that beat the Titans.
Nope, it's not the Rams at all.
Oh damn! I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm going through my Rolodex of because it's not any Patriots team. Is it really?
I'm not saying anything. I'm letting you guess.
I mean, I guess it could be like one of them early, like Tom Brady's first one. I don't know. I'm gassed.
So, the last team to do it was the 2020 Chiefs when they played. Yeah, they had a top 10 defense. They had a
bottom-rated offense.
They had their offense was ranked 27th, and before the Chiefs did it in 2020, the Patriots did it in 2018. They had a top 10 defense. And they had a bottom half offense. Their offense was ranked 22nd.
I would have lost money on that.
Yes.
I would have never guessed
the Chiefs
either
in
one of those guys would have a bottom rated
and then the
offense.
Patriots in 2018. Yep.
No kidding. Great question.
And it was funny. The Patriots did it and then turn around. Tom wins it in 18 with the Patriots and turn around wins it in 19 with the Broncos. I mean with the Buccaneers. Dude is amazing. Dude is simply amazing. He's the GOAT.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I would not have guessed
that's the fate of my Eagles this year. We'll have a top 10 defense and then a bottom half offense, and we still come out on top and win the Super Bowl. So, fingers crossed. Yeah.
I'm as somebody who doesn't have a dog in the NFL fight, I'm rooting for you.
Appreciate it, buddy. We can use all the support we can get.
I am rooting for you.
All right, guys. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all of the above. I'm Kareem. That's my man, Jason. And we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Peace.